it or not, we are going to bring in Brenda-Joe and Ryan, and these three are the stars of the new show, Loaded, which is on the Weather Channel. It did premiere last night, March 25th, and it was at 9 p.m. On the East Coast. Welcome in, guys.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, how you doing? What's up?
All right. Hey, Joe and Ryan.
Hey, I want to let you all know that with the three of you and Richie and myself, we could have a basketball team here.
Yeah, no doubt. I'd be the forward.
I'm real short. I'll be keeping the basketball pumped up for you.
All right.
Good deal, man. Well, hey, first and foremost, I have to let the listeners know that you are all professional truck drivers, and I want to get into a little background with all three of you. So, Brenda, I'm going to start with you. And I found a little information about you. I checked out your YouTube video that you posted earlier today. Obviously, very excited to be on Loaded.
Yes.
And are you a Hoosier?
Yes, I am. Born and raised.
I'm a Hoosier.
Oh, are you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
You are from Gary, though, right?
Yes, exactly. Where are you from?
I'm from down around Louisville, so we're from opposite ends
Yes.
of the state.
Totally. Yes. Yes.
So, now, tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been driving, where you come from. Just give me a snapshot of who you are.
Okay, well, who I am is back in 1987. That's when I started trucking. I got my, driving stick shift experience from when I was in the Army. That's where I learned exactly how to drive a stick shift. And so I've been trucking for, May 5th will be 26 years for me. And it's been a heck of a ride, I mean, it doesn't get any easier, but, I'm hanging tough. I'm hanging tight. Yeah. I still like what I'm doing, except the stress on the road kills me. It really kills me, dealing with the people on the road. But, yeah. But, yeah, that's it.
Do you have a handle, Brenda?
Yeah, my handle is Black Beauty because I am...
Black Beauty.
Yes. Because I'm strong. What?
Did you like horses?
No, because I'm strong like a horse. Okay? If you were to feel my muscles, you'd be like, wow, you are strong.
There you go. Well, hey, I want to bring in now Joe Barillari, Acapulco Joe, as he's more affectionately known, and that is your handle, right, man? Yeah. People started calling me Acapulco Joe when I lived down there. I worked on a music park ride for a while. Oh, nice. Okay, man. Well, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been trucking, and how did you come to be on the television with Loaded? Well, I started trucking back in the late 90s when I worked a local job around L.A. area servicing Caterpillar equipment. And did that for a bunch of years, and I took a job in other things for a couple of years, and then a friend of mine decided to twist my arm into giving regional, and then which eventually turned into longer haul trucking to try. And it just turned out that it really did suit my personality, and I kind of liked it. Well, good deal. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's not really for everybody, and we're talking today on the program about those issues in the industry that are most important to drivers, and obviously, since you've been doing it for so long, that there are some issues out there, and so we're going to get into that in a little bit. I do see here that you at one time delivered 9 million bees. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, but 3 of my 4 trucks today are carrying bees. I'm actually trucking, going into Dallas here pretty shortly, and both of my truck and the guy behind me are bee haulers, and we're running bees today. Wow. Gosh, now that is something that I've never even thought about, how bees get from one point to the next, but I guess, hey, everything comes by truck, right? Well, at some point along the line, unless you live next to the river, you can't avoid the truck or the train, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess. Hey, and we're going to bring in Ryan Hasty, probably the best trucking name. And this is your real name, right, Hasty? Yeah, you betcha. That's my real name. All right, it is spelled Hastie. but as you guys well know, hasty means with haste. So, Ryan, welcome in, and tell me a little bit about your history with trucking.
Well, I guess amongst these two, I'm probably considered the rookie of the group. I started trucking when I got my Class 1 legally about 11 years ago, 12 years ago. But I've been driving trucks in the field. I grew up on a farm since I could reach the pedals, you know, not on the highway, but out in the field. I was just turned loose, and I learned how to grind gears and shit all that myself on my own out there in the field in Troche, Alberta. And, yeah, I've just grown to love it. I don't think I grew up loving the trucking as much as I did the chicken lights and chrome. And it kind of just turned into falling in love with trucking, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I love seeing a different view of my windshield every day, and it's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. You got your office on wheels. You got a window seat everywhere you turn, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Well, hey, Joe, how were you approached by the Weather Channel to do this show?
You know, when I started trucking, I started a Facebook account, and where people that wanted to know where I was, instead of just send an email, I just started doing Facebook and putting up albums worth of pictures, and, you know, I suppose, my thing's public. Anybody can see my stuff. So I imagine they figured if I'm putting that much stuff up there, maybe I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So your life is an open book, obviously. And Facebook is really good about that. So did they call you? Did they post on your Facebook account? How did that happen?
Well, you know, when somebody wants to get a hold of you for this sort of thing, they're going to private message you. And that's exactly the way they would approach just about anybody. But that's exactly what they did with me. And it just turned out that I was watching at the time and had a little conversation. And because I'm always interested in what's new and ahead, I didn't just, you know, dump it, hey, I don't know that person. I called them back, and, you know, it just sort of took off.
There you go. And Brenda, how did you come to be on the program?
Well, you know, I do a lot of YouTube videos, and they sent me an email about the show, you know, and everything. And they actually sent out a producer, videographer to ride with me. And he rode with, and this was back in February of 2012, I think it was. And just last year, yeah. And he rode with me for like 5 hours, and I got the gig. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Amazing how things happen like that.
I know. Totally amazing. I never would have thought anything like this would ever happen just from putting my videos on YouTube. But I'm proud to be a YouTuber, you know?
Good deal. Now,
yes.
Whenever this producer guy got into the rig with you,
yes.
Were you nervous? What did he ask you?
Well, you know, yeah. You know, I was nervous, without a doubt, because I never did anything like that. And he was just asking me 1,000,001 questions, you know. And, you know, we would stop and we would talk with other drivers and stuff like that, you know. It was all about the trucking industry, you know, and stuff like that. You know, if I wanted to ever be an owner-operator, and, you know, it was questions like that and stuff, you know. But it was fun-filled day. And I can say for that day, when he was with me, I did not cuss a fuss one time. And I was like, how amazing was that?
Well,
yes.
You know, here's the deal. I mean, you're throwing this thing up on the Weather Channel, and I'm not sure. I'm sure they told you that it needed to be kept as clean as possible. But you did that on your own, right?
Well, you know, I couldn't help but be me. You know, I told them, you know, to forgive me and everything, and they were like, okay. And so I just gave them me.
There you go.
I knew they could bleep it all out, because I did a lot of it. You can believe it.
I'm sure.
Yes.
During the selection process, I want to go to Ryan on this. What were you feeling? Did you have to wait to find out if you were actually going to be on the program?
Yeah, actually, Casey, it took me quite a while. They found me pretty much the same avenue as Joe on Facebook. And right away, they kind of said they were interested. So, you know, I played the game, and I didn't know if somebody was spoofing me at first comp, but I played along with it because, like Joe said, you never know what can come of these things. And I went along with it, and they said they're interested, so sent in a video submission myself. We corresponded back and forth for, it must have been a month or something. And right when they said they were really interested, then all of a sudden I kind of lost contact with them. They didn't hit me up back or nothing, and I thought, well, I guess I didn't get the part. So I think probably it must have been damn near 10 months went by where I didn't hear a thing. And then I was headed out to Moose Jaw to rescue a truck, and I got a phone call, and yeah, they said, congratulations, you got the part. And I'm like, the part for what?
Wow.
I totally forgot about that. And they're like, well, do you still want to be a part of it? And I said, absolutely, sign me up. So yeah, it was, it was a shock at first when I first got messaged, and then it was another surprise 10 months down the road when I forgot about it again. So it was all good.
Okay, and so you guys all got selected. You're all now waiting patiently to find out what's going to happen. And Joe, what happened on the first day whenever they showed up?
Well, the first day, pardon the expression, but the first day you got the 4 guys and you're brand new, and so you really have to go, have lunch and meet the guys and spend an hour with the dog sniffing butts thing to try and figure out how it's going to work.
Right.
Because, these guys are going to be with you for a while, and, personalities have to work out or you're going to be at each other's throats. And I can tell you that when you're used to being by yourself in your truck, introducing a crew of 4 other people that you're going to hang out with for the next 6 weeks, you're going to wind up being at each other's throats in no time at all, at least once, just because, you're just not used to that. We live a very solitary lifestyle, and if you do it well, you're probably used to it. And so having that many people to organize and everything else, it takes some getting used to.
No, I can't even imagine. The thing about having cameras in there with you, I would find it hard to be myself. It's hard enough to be yourself on the radio, much less having somebody videoing you, with every little thing you're doing. And so do you find it hard to be yourself with the camera? I'll throw that over to Ryan.
Yeah, the first, I'd say the first week or two, it was really hard to be yourself. Like you're used to solitude. You sit in here, you crank up the tunes, and you stare at the windshield and you drive all day. When they come in, it's a whole different ballgame. You're trying to be yourself, but they want you to talk. And it's like, well, I don't talk to myself all day long. And they'll start, that's the producer's job, to start throwing questions at you and get more involved. And I think, by the end, I think it was a week and a half it went by before I finally started to feel real comfortable around the camera.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to be prodded what to say or, prodded what to talk about the loads. I pretty much knew to go with the flow and what they were looking for and what to talk about. And it definitely got easier after that. And then, by the time I was ready to kick them out at the end of the 6 weeks of filming, I missed the guys. I kept turning around back to my sleeper, and there was no one there to talk to. So I just thought,
So
it's
true.
time to get a dog, man.
Yeah.
We are going to have to jump out of the way for a quick break. We are speaking with Brenda Banks, Joe Barilari, and Ryan Hasty. They are on the new Loaded program, which is on the Weather Channel. It does premiere it premiered yesterday, last night, at 9 Eastern. And we're going to be right back. This is Casey Phillips on Road Dog Live, Sirius XM 106.